Ladies and gentlemen, my name is John Cao, and I'm very appreciated to have the opportunity to give you a brief introduction of our development in ITRI, EV and EV transmission and the chassis. And it's our organization. And my department belongs to the Vehicle Homologation Division of MMSL. And there are 3 departments. The first one is the Vehicle Certification Department, and they are responsible for the energy and emission research, also the vehicle certification. And the other one is the Department of Chassis and Dynamics. They are responsible for the special heavy vehicle chassis layout and the design. And I belong to the Precision Transmission Technology Department. And we are responsible for the EV transmission and the high efficiency precision reducers. Also, in the recent years, we are working on the chassis of commercial EV. And we are one of the oldest departments in ITRI. We have more than 30 years experience in gear transmission, design, and development. And our products are used in the aircraft, tool machine, turbine, also the heavy vehicle transmission, also the elevator reducer. And in the recent years, we are focused on the EV transmission and the precision reducer for the industry, also the EV chassis. And for the vehicle transmission, we focus on the gearbox development and its test and verification, also the components design. And for the industrial reducer, we are working on the RV reducer and the planetary gearbox, also the Industry 4.0 smart gearbox. And for the vehicle chassis, we are working on the commercial EV chassis and the special use chassis. And in EV transmission, we could provide total solution for the design and development for the transmission. And based on the different kind of vehicle specification and performance requirements, and our team could offer a customized design for the gear ratio, also the housing, and in its case mounting. And we are focused on the research and design for the vehicle and transmission system. There is our general R&D workflow for transmission system, and we follow the R&D model. And in this slide, it's the left-hand side of the V model. We have vehicle simulation and low cycle synthesis technology for vehicle dynamics to verify the system's and products requirements. And we design new transmission concept for the electric vehicle. And about the detailed design and analysis, we have ability to design gears and synchronizers, also clutch and parking system. And in the system level, we have system integration design, system life analysis, and gear contact pattern, and also the NVH analysis. Then for the documentation, tolerance investigation, 2D drawing, and design verification plan are all our own capabilities. Then in the right-hand side of the V model, from the 2D drawing and the DVP, we manufacture parts by ourselves or by our suppliers. Then we assemble the parts and system by ourselves in our factory, also to test the subsystem and system in our own facilities. And here are our general items for system verification plan for the transmission system. From start test, which check the assembly is okay or not. Then lubrication test for sealing and cooling performance. Mechanical test and efficiency test for system performance and transmission efficiency verification. Also, the NVH test for sound and vibrations. And here are some test bench for our transmission system, like powertrain test bench, transmission test bench, also the clutch and e-parking system test bench. And we have a factory in our campus. Here are some of our facilities for jig, gear, and shaft manufacturing. like our Cap Niles gear grinder and Studer S31 cylindrical grinders. Also, for the gear manufacturing process research, we have a heat treatment factory in our campus to test the heat treatment process for our transmission gears and shafts. And for the NVH test equipment, we have the gear measurement and the 3D dimension examination lab, also some NVH equipments. And for our transmission products, for EV transmission, the first one is a 2-speed automated EV gearbox. It could apply to a 140 kilowatt peak power traction motor. We have completed the test bench test and vehicle test. We apply this gearbox to a first generation Nissan Leaf, and this video is showing the parking test on a 35% slope and the high-speed shifting test on the dyno. And here are our 2-speed EV gearbox specification. And there are 2 types. First one is with the synchronizer, and the other one is with the dual clutch. Another EV transmission product is the single-speed EV gearbox, and we have 4 models for a single-speed system. And it could apply to the peak power 120 kilowatt to 150 kilowatts motor. And these 2 are for the 120 kilowatt of single gear ratio from 3 to 8. And especially for the last one model, it's a single output shaft and could suitable for a small truck with a rear drive system. And for the e-bus and heavy-duty vehicle, we have an integrated planetary gearbox and combine the gearbox and traction motor. It could apply to a 220 kilowatt peak power motor. And for the industry reducers, for RV cycloid reducer, we have 2 models now, and rated torque are from the 245 to 784 Newton meter. And for the chassis development, first one is our electric commercial vehicle chassis, and it could apply to a 3.5 tons commercial EV with wheelbase 3,300 millimeter. Also, it's a rear drive system with a single-speed electric powertrain. In this project, we have done the design and prototypes for the powertrain, frame, steering, brake, also control, suspension, and its battery and transmission systems. And the other one chassis project is for a 12 tons and wheelbase 3,300 millimeter heavy-duty vehicle. It's a diesel engine powered system with 4-wheel drive transmission system. And in this case, the development including the frame, brakes, and steering, also the cooling, suspension, powertrain, and the transmission, also the fueling system. And here are some of our domestic industry partners, like the local vehicle and the e-scooter OEMs, and some domestic robot and reducer companies. So here is the end of my presentation. Thank you.